All right, it is day 5 of the series, and today we traded NFP in New York session, and there's going to be no pre-market analysis because I traded NFP and I sat all the way until 9:30, so no pre-market analysis for that. Okay, so before we get into the live trading segment, we're going to take a look at what I traded at NFP because I forgot to record. I swear I clicked start recording, but I guess it didn't. So I was sitting here around like 8:20, and when I watched NQ come down for this low and not sweep it, and then ES doing the same thing right here, this, I had a feeling we were going to launch higher, because just take a look at this on the 15-minute. Look how bullish this move is, even though there's a lot of low resistance liquidity below. Like, I'm looking for this high, and more specifically this one, to get taken on NFP. So I set a limit here. I set a limit at 60 because I didn't know NFP was going to wick, right? So I wanted to put my limit in above this high, these equalizer here, just in case it wicks this and then reverses. I don't get filled and then get cooked. So, and then I had my TP right here at 85. And the unfortunate thing is, when I got entered into this trade, instead of filling my position at 60, it fills my position at 85, and then markets again, and then hits my stop loss or my take profit also at 85. So then I ended up losing like fees. I was down like $15 in fees, and then I sat here and I waited. After this candle, I waited for this candle to close, and then I dropped down to the lower time frame. Let me bring that up here. So I'm okay. So on the lower time frame, I wait on the 15-second here, and I'm looking at this 15-second gap right here. I'm looking for a rejection off this gap. I enter, I think right here at pretty much 55, and my stop loss is at the low of the Newsweek candle. Bad idea. Why? I enter here, and this is what, like 15-point stop loss. I fail to realize on NQ there is a 1-minute gap right here, right? So we're coming down to take the data wick low, tap into this 1 minute right here, and reverse out of it for yesterday's high. So then I think I pretty much re-enter on this inversion right here, on this candle, and I make back my losses. I just get out early. I just get back out for like 15 points instead of holding all the way higher, because I honestly didn't know if it was going to take it right now or just start chopping, because sometimes it does do that. And then I waited all the way until 9:30. Okay, then at 9:30, we dump lower, and pre-market before then, we reverse down and sweep below NFP. And I'm not really looking to take a long, or I'm not looking to take a short, because my overall bias was bullish. But if there was a presented setup, I was going to take it, because for the past 4 days, the most of the move happens right at 9:30 or within 5 minutes, and then it begins to chop. So I'm waiting here for the next 1 minute fair value gap to see if it rejects, or a lower time frame like 15-second inversion or unicorn short. And then here we have a 1 minute fair value gap opened up, and on the lower time frame we're looking like we're going to retrace to it. So I put my limit in at the 1 minute fair value gap, and then we immediately start dumping to liquidity. So I took my limit off and just waited again. And for my first trade of the day, I see that we are rejecting out of this 1 minute fair value gap. So I'm waiting for a break lower, and we get it right here. And there's a 15-second fair value gap. So I'm entering on this with my stop relatively tight. I think it's like 10 points. And this was a clear mistake. As you can see on the left, we already have swept London low. So if we want to see a continuation, I should have waited until we broke the current low that we just made, and then look for a fair value gap to enter and go lower. And here we immediately get stopped out for like 15 points. And then once this inversion happens on this 1 minute, I switch my bias back to bullish, and I'm looking for an entry at 7:15 on the 15-second, and it retraces slightly above my entry. And then you see it literally launch up 70 points from where I was trying to enter on. And then this is where things start getting tricky. We tap into a 15-minute bearish fair value gap and we start displacing out of it. But at the same time, there's a unicorn long with a breaker. So I don't know if it's long or short. And as you can see here, this is where the crash out starts to begin. Whenever I start not being able to read the market and understand what it wants to do and where it wants to go, I start taking bad trades. And again, this is on eval, but it's still, this affects my funded trading as well. Like you can see how many trades I'm taking. I take 2 longs, get stopped out, and then I'm starting to believe that this 15-minute fair value gap is going to hold and we're going to go short. And I short like 3 times or 2 times, and then right before it starts dumping, I get stopped out. And this is my final hurrah. We're about to inverse the 5-minute, so I take a stab short and get absolutely cooked. And then I go immediately buy another eval and I take a stab long to take a continuation because I think we just inversed the 1 minute again, and I literally blow the whole account in one trade. And then I reset my account again and I'm taking another stab long. I'm taking a breakout trade here and I'm looking for it to finally take out those equal highs. And look at where it goes, straight to 70. My TP is at 70.25 and it stops me out. No way. And then you can already tell like the crash out starts to begin from here. My mental is so cooked right now. And the trades speak for themselves. There's no explaining what I did here. And then for my last trade on this account, I get in right before we're about to sweep liquidity on a lower time frame. And I'm already down $1,000. Like I'm telling myself this is my last trade. Like I either needs to hit TP or just fully take and blow the account, and then I'm getting off. Like that's it. I'm done. And we get the flush that we finally wanted on buy side liquidity. And then you know how I said, I'd be done trading from there. Like I made back my losses. I'm just gonna trade another day and pass the account. Well, guess what? I lied. You already know I can't follow my own rules. I can't not trade. You feel me? Like, so I get in another trade right here, right at the fucking top, and I'm sitting in drawdown. I'm like, I can't believe I just fucking entered at the top. I'm just gonna set my stop loss at full fucking drawdown and my TP at exactly what I need to pass, and I'm gonna let this shit fucking ride. And then bang, TP smash. And then I realize I'm $100 too short from passing my eval 50% of the way. So I get in on 1 mini for 5 points and I get instantly stopped out for 10 points. So I'm down 200 now. So I just send 3 cons and bang, straight to TP. I'm passed. So yeah, that's the end of day 5. And what I'm going to take away from this and what I learned from this entire training day and also editing this video is gambling my evals like they were free does not end very well. And I need to take it slow, follow my rules, and I need to write down, like on a whiteboard or on a chalkboard, very specific set of rules to keep myself on track to getting a payout, maybe even 2 by the end of this 30-day series.